In this video, we will be talking about the YouTube AI crackdown in 2025 and 2026 and why channels are disappearing and how you can protect yourself. I've been doing YouTube for around about 11 years, so you can trust me that what I'll share in this video is going to be very accurate. And with that being said, so in this video, we will cover what niches you need to avoid, why these terminations are happening, and how to actually keep your channels safe, which is probably one big question many people wonder. I actually have a video on this channel specifically for that topic, but we'll cover it in this video as well. So firstly, who am I? I'm Steffen. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with faceless YouTube channels, and I've helped hundreds of other people do the same thing. For example, here one student, I've helped him to get to $12,000 in one single month, or another one, $31,000 in one single month. And then here one monetized into just 20 days. Now, if you're interested in getting the exact same results or similar results, then check out the first link in the video description. Book a call with me personally, and I'll see if I can actually help you. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So what is actually happening right now? So YouTube is deleting thousands of channels, including high earning ones. And we see that all of the time, like big channels just disappearing, especially if you guys are inside the YouTube automation or faceless YouTube Twitter bubble. You will see that, or X bubble, you will see that many channels get banned. Like, I don't even go to Twitter anymore because it's almost depressing how many channels actually get banned. So this is the biggest enforcement wave in a decade, right? I've never seen something like this before. So terminations often happen instantly with no human review. And that is a big problem, which, you also see people speaking about all the time on Twitter. Like if you, for example, go ahead and you appeal the termination, YouTube is actually gonna, immediately almost decline it, right? Why? Because AI detection systems are now on a nuclear level strict. Like they are extremely strict and they know everything we're doing. All right. So let's keep on going. So just as an example, a channel that got terminated this year, which was a massive channel. Most of you guys probably know this channel. It's actually of a friend of mine. So the channel was called How to AI. Massive. It was literally a massive channel that got terminated, teaching you guys how to build and grow faceless YouTube channels. That channel made around about $1 million a year. It literally out of nowhere got 3 strikes, right? And if you get 3 strikes, the channel is gone, all right? So these strikes issued back to back on videos with nothing wrong. So some of you guys maybe know his videos, there was nothing wrong with his channel, right? Now, he did appeal and the appeals were ignored and auto rejected, right? So we see this over and over again, and not just small channels that are suffering, but big channels are also getting terminated, all right? So we see that all over YouTube, okay? Now, why is this even happening? It's not a policy change, it's an enforcement change, right? YouTube did not really change any policies. I know so many people on YouTube, like in July, have been going crazy about this new policy, this, that, about AI channels and AI that and AI that. But YouTube's AI, like, by the way, just very quickly before we move on to the next point, you can still use AI to, grow and scale faceless YouTube channels. You just have to do it the correct way, all right? Now, YouTube's AI can actually detect AI voices, AI generated visuals, repetitive formats, which is a big one for many channels, and misleading or synthetic content. Now, these two are, in my opinion, the biggest things. Now, humans really review appeals nowadays, all right? Which I actually find extremely, not cool. I don't want to say anything, but I always think that a human should need to make the final decision, if it makes sense. My opinion, all right? But let's go over to the changes that happened this year. So in July 2025, mass-produced content enforcement added by the YouTube Partnership Program. Now, what specifically is this? They basically just went ahead and kind of killed off the channels that posted or who did mass-produced content, all right? Now, this has been a policy for years already, right? So nothing really changed. The only thing that really changed is that it got stricter, right? The systems that YouTube had in place to kind of see what's going on and detect these kind of channels got way better, right? So nothing much changed. If you do YouTube automation the correct way, you should not be scared of anything, all right? Then in May 2025, there was a mandatory AI content disclosure checkbox introduced. If you fail to check AI generated content, you risk a strike if someone flags it. So now people always ask me like, hey, if I have a video where I use an AI generated voice, do I have to click it? In my opinion, for AI generated voice, not really. But what I would highly recommend you guys to do, and that we'll get to that as later as well. But what I would highly recommend for you guys to do is to, don't use the AI voices everyone is using. Go to ElevenLabs, look at the least viewed voiceovers or voices, and try to rather use those voices. That's just gonna, make your life way easier. But if you use AI, just click it. I just don't want to, bring you guys in danger, but I don't click it if I just use an AI voice, and that's all. All right. So why even large channels aren't safe? YouTube prioritizes platform integrity over creator revenue, right? This is extremely important. Channels making huge money can still be terminated, as we've seen with How to AI, just as an example. And I think like here, there's another channel. I'm not completely sure. You guys maybe know him. His name is Nick. He actually, or David, I'm not completely sure what his name is, but he actually got a personal brand terminated with over 1 million subscribers. So we can see that, that big channels aren't specifically safe, and YouTube isn't just targeting small channels. Now, the reason for that is because high view velocity on questionable content is easier for flagging because more people can report it or could report it, all right? So AI systems operate 24/7. That means no human oversight needed, which I always do not totally agree with, but yes. So let's actually get into the dangerous niches that you guys should avoid. So firstly, faceless and sensational entertainment content. So these are like literally clip compilations, AI stories, AI voiceovers, zero commentary, right? Now what this is kind of, you see it all over YouTube, like fake AI compilations, just as an example, or even these complete AI stories. Now you can just do that and, make your money and jump out. And not every single AI story channel is getting banned, but some of them are getting demonetized, right? Now AI voiceovers alone don't do anything. Like they literally, it's completely fine to use AI voiceovers as long as you actually add value to the video. Now, these are actually flagged as low value, repetitive, and or misleading, right? If you use fake AI clip compilations, all right? Then we have AI slop niches like Reddit story channels, sleep sound channels, AI generated motivational videos. Any heavy AI content is high risk. And you see that everywhere, right? You see that everywhere. If we look into, just as an example, the Warren Buffett channels, right? They were all over YouTube just literally 2 weeks ago. And now we already see channels getting banned, right? So if you go into niches like that, always private your videos after you made your money. That is extremely important, all right? But yeah, and if you go into this, you always have to add value. That is extremely important, okay? Now, true crime, especially if fabricated, so fake stories is literally instant removal. There was like a channel with over 80,000 subscribers that was doing fake true crime stories, and it actually came out that all of those stories are completely fake, and YouTube actually took down that channel from YouTube, all right? So even real stories are under scrutiny. So you must disclose, I can't say this word, but you must disclose if the stories are fake. All right. Then news and political commentary. These are probably the niches this is probably the niche where most people go into. You can make a lot of money in those niches, I can say that. But the problem with these niches is that, a lot of misinformation happens in these niches. And I don't know, it's just like YouTube doesn't like it at all. It's almost as if they're kind of forced to take it down. I don't know. But these are ultra high risk. All right. They almost always get banned. As I've said, like 2026 is probably going to be the strictest year ever when it comes to political channels. Yes. Then we have celebrity drama and gossip. something really important here is to not use AI thumbnails or AI quotes. With quotes, I always mean like the crazy, text you put into the thumbnail, because that's an instant flag, right? High rate of synthetic content detection, all right? You don't want this, okay? Then police and body cam compilation channels, extreme risk to sensational thumbnails, plus misleading framing. So this is not much I can say to that. Obviously in all of these niches, and it's very funny, but in all of those niches, you can make a lot of money, all right? But you always have to see, like, if you want to go into a niche like that, you can, right? But the chances of actually getting banned are always there. And they are extremely high. So you can go into niches like this, but what I would recommend you to do is like set yourself a financial goal. And then once you reach that, you immediately take down the videos, all right? If we look just as an example, because the Warren Buffett stuff was also going on. I also, for example, had a channel in that niche. I said like, hey, okay, once I hit like 10K, taking down all videos on private. We hit 10K in like 5 days or something, all videos on private, all right? So that is extremely important. If you go into niches like this. Now, how to protect your channel if you actually use AI. So add unmistakable human value. So commentary, insights, analysis, some of these English words, very difficult, reactions, stuff like that, to just show like, hey, a human is actually running this channel, not an AI bot. You can always use AI to, help you create content, but AI should not be the main content driver, all right? Then you can show your face. Now, this is not a must, so visually proves human involvement, drastically lowers false positive risk, all right? What you can do here, just as an example, because I know many people do not want to show their face, and I also wouldn't want to show my face on my faceless channels, but what you can do is you can actually hire someone on Upwork to do that for you, or on Fiverr, right? To do that actually for you. There are specifically people that, get paid to film YouTube videos, which is awesome, right? Avoid AI avatars or AI voices. Now, even real voices are sometimes flagged as synthetic. This is something, let me explain. So and what I mean with this is do not use the exact same voices everyone else is using. That's basically what I want to say with that point. Do not use the same voices. That Adam voice, or they're like some other voices that every single person is using that is running a faceless channel. It's not good, right? Rather use like specific voices, like new voices that have been added to ElevenLabs. You're going to be so much safer. Try to find unique voices, and there's so many unique voices on ElevenLabs, right? Then disclosure when AI usage I can't speak today, but disclose AI usage when required. So always check the box for AI visuals, AI voices, AI story content, or AI B-roll or images. Okay, this is quite self-explanatory. Then avoid misleading thumbnails, no celebrity images, fake crime scenes, or fabricated quotes or text, right? This is probably the reason why most channels get banned, okay? Because of misleading information. Now, misleading information doesn't just mean your video, but it can also be your thumbnail, all right? Thumbnails are a big problem when it comes to this misleading policy. Why? Or misinformation policy. Why? Because people scroll through YouTube, and if you have some very funny stuff in your thumbnail, YouTube sometimes, let me explain how they think. So when someone is scrolling through the internet, right, or through YouTube, and they don't click on a video and they just see specific text on their thumbnail, they might not click on it, right? But they might now see like, hey, in this thumbnail, they stood that Diddy did this and this and this, right? And then they go ahead and tell other people that he did this and this and this. And that's the biggest problem with the thumbnails. So in these kind of niches, I wouldn't go too clickbaity, to be very honest, although it's then very difficult to succeed in niches like that, because everyone is doing extremely clickbaity content in those niches. But the good thing is the opportunity window is opening through that. So there's low competition now. The crackdown removes mass-produced channels. Creators who adapt will grow faster. And I always say, although all of this stuff is happening right now, I've never in my life seen so many new channels succeeding, especially also for our students, for me, for my brother, my sister. It's been insane, right? Why? Because YouTube is rewarding human originality, trustworthy content, credible creators with faces and voices. Now, this is not 100% a must, but just already a human voice, right? Or a voice that hasn't been used 100 times. And evergreen teaching content, right? So YouTube has been going crazy, and I would say this is one of the biggest opportunities to jump on the platform right now because the market was almost cleared out. All right. So if you're interested in taking action right now and getting your channel up and running right now before Christmas even, then check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me, and let's see if I can help you to get very similar results that we got for our students. All right. So yes, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys learned something in this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll reply to all comments, and then we'll see each other in the next video.